So every transformative company has to start small. It's a small group of people solving a very specific problem. But really understanding what the big vision is critical. So my name is Pete Flint. I'm one of the founding general partners at NFX. I grew up in the UK and studied physics. I just found my passion in the intersection between early stage companies and technology. Figured out a way to join as part of the founding team, early 20s in a company called lastminute.com. Once I had an incredible experience in Europe, I was like, this is it. I want to spend the rest of my career just being around startups. So I moved to California and Stanford on a 2-year program. And the first year was put up in student housing. And the second year I had to find somewhere else for me to live. So back in 2003, there really weren't that many services to help you find information about renting or buying, which was just astounding to me. So at Trulia, we were in an incredibly capital constrained environment, and we ended up spending zero money on marketing, all on product-led growth, virality, scaling. And so we went public, really was spending no money on marketing and had tens of millions of visits. And often I look for that in founders, where they have an idea which was connecting a personal experience with a business problem or an idea that they're uniquely suited to build. I really look for these virtuous circles in growth mechanic. So I've been as a founder from the idea to IPO. And through that experience, I've seen so many different things. So one of the things I really tried to understand is the why now. Why should this startup exist today and not 5 years ago and not 5 years in the future? And really I look for what is the technology catalyst, what is the economic imperative, and what is the cultural change that's enabling that. So a really terrific meeting for me is where a founder is able to clearly articulate the problem and then how their solution uniquely solves that problem in a way that has something in it that is really hard to replicate. That could be a technology advancement, or it could be a business model advancement, but something that is hard to replicate. I have a very wide lens in terms of geographies. The US, Europe, LATAM, I've led investments in. But I'm really interested in companies that are tackling really big, meaningful problems. They don't actually have to be big markets today, but they have to be big problems. Companies that I invested in have been fintech, in marketplaces, prop tech, many investments in those areas. But I also really love companies that are in off the beaten path areas which perhaps haven't been touched by technology to date. And so when I work with founders, we invest incredibly early. We love to be the first institutional investor, partnering with the founder to build their company. And with that comes a whole bunch of experience from the entire team at NFX. We're high conviction investors. We really partner with the founders financially, emotionally, intellectually to help them to realize their vision. That early stage is incredibly rewarding for us as individuals, and we're fortunate to be part of a firm and a group of people that shares that passion as well.